Hey guys, welcome. This is Deepika from wealthandhealthmastery.com, and in today's video we are going to take a look at the different catalysts that are there for NVIDIA, which is going to raise the price of NVIDIA in the next few months. So there are many catalysts. One of them is the balancing of XLK ETF. So currently XLK ETF has its shares in Apple, Microsoft, and other major tech companies. But what it is going to do in its few months, it's going to rebalance its portfolio and it's going to switch between the Apple shares and NVIDIA shares. So it's going to lead to an upward momentum for NVIDIA because they're going to buy more NVIDIA shares by selling Apple shares. So it's going to balance itself. So it's a good news for NVIDIA, but a bad news for Apple, because in order for them to buy NVIDIA, they are selling their Apple shares. So the rebalancing of XLK is expected to create upward pressure on NVIDIA stock price and downward pressure on Apple's, as the ETF is going to adjust its holdings. So it's going to adjust the holdings, which is going to increase the price of NVIDIA because more shares of this is going to be bought by the XLK ETF and they're going to sell their Apple shares. This is the news that is coming up from the ETF sector. So that is going to be a big catalyst for NVIDIA. Now the other one we have is the shareholder meeting. So there is going to be a shareholder meeting happening on June 26, 2024, and this particular meeting will hold its annual shareholder meeting on Wednesday, which is June 26. Usually these meetings do not affect the share price, but you never know if something else comes out of this meeting. So NVIDIA will hold its annual shareholder meeting on Wednesday. Stockholders will vote on company executives' compensation plans, including that of CEO Jensen Huang, who reportedly earned more than $34 million in total compensation of fiscal year 2024. So they're going to see what to do with the compensation of the CEO. Is it because he made about $34 million in 2024. The next one was the investors are going to vote on 12 board directors up for re-election and whether to ratify PwC as the company's accounting firm. That is the other decision they are going to make in this shareholder meeting. While analysts don't expect any major announcements during the media, NVIDIA could use the time with investors to showcase its strength in the artificial intelligence area. So this meeting can be a little catalyst for NVIDIA stock. We don't expect too much from the meeting because it's more of choosing the board members and also deciding on the compensation of the CEO. So only these kind of things will be discussed in this shareholder meeting, but you never know what else could come up from this. So that is the second news related to NVIDIA. Now in near term, there can be a potential Dow inclusion. Now this is a long stretch, I would say, because right now the AI sector is not that is well established, I would say, and so this inclusion might not happen in the near future. I would say another 2 to 3 years this will not happen because this AI sector has to establish itself, and Dow usually adds blue chip companies. But when Dow decides to add NVIDIA, it can replace Intel, because currently Dow Jones has Intel as one of the holdings, so it can replace Intel and add NVIDIA because Intel has not done well over the last 10 years. So there can be a possibility of the switch happening between NVIDIA and Intel. Now S&P Dow Jones Indices is likely to be reluctant to add NVIDIA to the index until it's certain that AI has matured as a technology. Once this maturation process has taken place and businesses have a clue about how to deploy AI solutions to their advantage, NVIDIA has a very good chance of displacing Intel. Intel could get booted from the Dow. So that's news that's coming around, but this news won't happen right away. Then we have is ChatGPT 5. ChatGPT 5 is going to be releasing in the year 2025. Right now we are on ChatGPT 4.0 version. OpenAI likes to take its sweet time between model releases. So we can expect ChatGPT 5 by next year. Training and fine-tuning these new models will take at least several months each. So don't expect too much. And once ChatGPT 5 will come, it will also increase the momentum in the AI again. And then you're going to need those NVIDIA's chips, so it will boost the price of NVIDIA as well. So the launch of GPT-5 is going to be a catalyst for NVIDIA also, and for other semiconductor ETFs. GPT-4o launched about a year after GPT-4, following a similar gap after GPT-3.5. So they usually take about an year to launch their new version. So right now we are on the GPT-4o version, and it's going to be the version till end of the year, and in next year they're going to release GPT-5. This suggests that ChatGPT 4o with its full voice and vision capabilities will likely be the best AI available through the end of 2024. Earnings calls. Now, earnings plays a very important role with any company, and around the earnings call, the share of the company usually fluctuates a lot, and that's going to be the case with NVIDIA also. So NVIDIA is going to have its earnings on August of 28, 2024, and this can increase the price of the NVIDIA stock depending upon how well the company has performed in that quarter. Previously in the 2024 quarters, NVIDIA has outperformed a lot, and you can see here it has raised the price up by 200% over the year. So earnings call will be an added catalyst to NVIDIA. So August 28 is a big date for NVIDIA, and it's only a few months from now, and you're going to see the price of NVIDIA change during this earnings call. The next one we have is, what is the price prediction of NVIDIA? So the price prediction is, in 2025, this can change, I would say, but I'm expecting 2025 it will be around 212, which is going to be, right now the price is between $120. It's fluctuating between 120 to 150. So it can change to $212 in 2025. In 2026, it can rise to $383, which is a change of 224% from the current price. In 2027, the change, you can see here, it's exponential. It's going to double up, which is going to be $691, which is a 485% change. In 2028, it can increase up to $1,246, and that is going to be almost 955% of change. 2029 is $2,200, and the change is about 1,800%. In 2030, $4,000, and change is 3,327%. So you can see here the NVIDIA price prediction is this. You can see if you hold the stock for another 6 years, you're going to see a 3,000% change in your portfolio. So just hold the stock for the next few years. This market is going to grow. The AI sector is going to boom. The semiconductor sector is going to boom for the next decade. So keep holding this stock. Don't worry about the fluctuations that's happening in NVIDIA. Keep holding. There are a lot of catalysts coming for NVIDIA stock, and NVIDIA stock is one of the leaders in the semiconductor business. So it's going to perform very well for the next few years. So these are some of the catalysts that we discussed. We have XLK rebalancing, then we have the earnings call, we have shareholder meetings, then we can see there is an inclusion in the Dow Jones. So these are some of the catalysts for NVIDIA that can happen and can increase the price of NVIDIA. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos, and if you don't mind, please like and subscribe to the channel, and also click the bell icon so you do not miss any notifications from the channel. I'm going to see you in the next video. Thank you very much.